see why most of these women wear makeup and okay, well, yeah, so now I see why most of these women, who get on the internet, I see why most of them wear makeup and, they dress up and all of that. I'm like, so you guys have seen my face after so long. Like, I'm not the special person, I don't claim to be the special person, I'm just documenting what I want to say and, what I feel like I want to say in these recordings, Now I know why most of these women in today's world wear makeup, and they continuously try to look good on camera and everything. But it's not really who they are. It's not really who they are, It just baffles me. Like, it's almost like I'm in between two worlds at this time. Like, like I figure, like, well, I'll try to go back to my job, and make my own money so that I'll have money to I'll have my own money to buy what I want to buy, But it's just like my spouse, like he's telling me, like, well, if you work for our neighbor and stuff, you'll get more money. Well, it's just like, I don't really have a social life, and I want to go back to, I want to go back to the city, like maybe, start working at my old job again, start making money, but and that way I'll have money to buy what I want to buy, but it's just like all this stuff, like, why does it even matter? Like, I'll still be able to buy what I want to buy, and I'll keep going back and forth in between the house for you guys so that you guys can see what I look like and everything. I'm not bad looking, right? I mean, I just want to feel like, I'm beautiful, and it's just like I'm not really getting that validation. I'm not really getting that validation, like, from other guys, like Like, am I pretty, you guys? Like, what the freak? Like, I can post this on YouTube, but it's just like I'm not really going anywhere. Like, do you guys actually feel like I'm pretty, you know? I just feel like I'm not really getting that validation. Like, this is me on YouTube, like, I'm not, you know, I'm not on any social media site besides Facebook, you know, and I don't really talk to anybody. If you guys are seeing me on YouTube right now, it's just like, do you guys, like, feel like I'm pretty? Anyway. Go out here again and talk. I don't know. It's weird, you guys. For a woman, it's just like I feel all of that. Like I feel all of that pent up emotion. It's just like, I don't know, like a woman like me, like she can have pent up emotion, because if a woman does not have a social group within her life, like she feels worthless, you know. Like she really does feel worthless, and it doesn't matter if she has a spiritual world going on within herself. Like she still needs that validation, because this is the world that's currently going on. See, and this is why I think I should return to my job so bad, because like I don't know, it's just like a feeling where, like, you know, like I can go back to my old job, but you know, I don't have to. But if I go back to my old job, and you know, it's all a validation thing, which is weird. It's weird, because like women in today's society, it's just like they, you know, with all this technology that's here now, like within the phones and everything, within the computers and the internet and everything, it's just like women of today's society, like they need, like their currency is validation. Like they need that validation to feel like, you know, to feel like if somebody's looking at them, like they want to feel like they want to you know, they want to feel like, well, am I pretty? You know, because if they're in a relationship for so long, and they, you know, and they're with their spouse, you know, if a female is with their male spouse for so long, it's just like, well, you know, okay, well, my spouse is supporting me, but he's not really giving me validation. You know, he's not really giving me validation like he was, like when he first met me. You know, like it all comes to that, and I understand like why females leave. Now at this point, like I understand like why females leave long-term relationships, because like they don't feel validated with the partner they're with anymore, because they're with them for so long, you know, like that's why they leave. And You know, it's crazy because now I realize that today, like, the modern female, she needs that constant validation from males, that, you know, to tell her that she's pretty, you know, because when she's in a solid relationship with a guy, and she's been with that guy for so long, like, that guy will not validate her, like, after a while. So, you know, as she progressively grows through her life, like, she needs that constant validation from men telling her, you know, oh, well, you're pretty, you know, and it's just like, well, it's just like, I understand what most women are going through, because, like, they don't, you know, most women, they don't want to feel like they're getting older, you know, they want to feel like, you know, they're young and pretty again, you know, and, like, you know, the males will feel some kind of thing for her, you know, and I feel that, I feel that energy that they put out, you know, because, you know, most females of today's world, like, they don't want to feel less than, you know, so that's why they seek validation from other males, because they want to feel like, oh, well, am I still pretty? Because when they're in a long-term relationship with one male, and then they get used to them, you know, and then they stop saying those things, you know, that made them feel pretty in the first place, you know, they're like, well, like, why aren't you saying these things anymore? Like, why aren't you saying I'm pretty anymore? It's just because they're used to you being around them so much that they don't, you know, they feel like they don't need to validate you anymore. So, you know, I get it. You know, I get why most modern females, they feel less validated when they're in a long-term relationship with, you know, a guy that they value, you know, because they're not valuing them enough. So they tend to download these social media apps on their phone just to get more validation from men telling them that they're pretty, you know, and I get that. You know, I really get that. Because when you're with one male, you know, like, I know that he loves me and stuff, but it's just like, sometimes, like, I just wish that he would, you know, come out and, you know, validate me more, you know, because I don't, you know, deep down inside, I don't want to get validation from all of these other people, you know. It's like, I don't want to get validation from these other people. Like, I want to get validation from you only, you know. But it's almost like, well, you're not doing that enough. So it's just like, well, so most females have these mobile dating apps on their phone. Well, it's just like, well, he's not validating me enough, so I'm just gonna go on these dating apps and see if other men see me as valuable or attractive, you know. And I freaking totally understand. I totally understand what the modern female is going through. Because when you're with one guy only and you're not getting enough validation, I understand that. Like, I really understand that. Because as you get older, it's just like, well, Like, what is your value? Like, what does it matter? And it's just like, if your guy that you're with doesn't understand your path, then it's just like, well, it's like, what am I doing this for? You know? It's just like, well, I might as well just try and get other guys to like validate me, you know? And I know how hard it is. I know it's hard because as women get older, it's just like, it's just men just seem to care less about you as you get older, you know? And like, when you're young and pretty, you're like, yeah, they're gonna hit on you, you know, they're gonna do whatever they can to have you, but it's just like, in the end, it's just like, when they have you, you know, it's just like, well, all that validation stuff just seems to fade away, you know. And I understand, like, why young women are getting stressed. I understand, like, why young women are getting stressed nowadays. It's because if they feel like they're in a long-term relationship, they're not gonna get enough validation from their man, you know. I totally understand. Like, I totally understand. Like, this is freaking crazy. Like, being a female, like, being an older female myself. I'm 32. You know, I still feel like I'm attractive, but, you know, but I still feel like, well, you know, I could be more attractive if I exercise more, you know, or if I do this or that. But, like, in the end, like, I feel like it's not gonna really matter, because my spouse, he's not gonna really be attracted to me like I was like 13 years ago, or like 12 years ago, you know. It's not gonna be like that anymore. It's just not. So I understand why most of these women have like dating apps on their phone and whatnot. Like, I understand like why they have all these apps on their phone, is because they want to feel like they're beautiful. But when you're in a long-term relationship, it's just like all that seems to fade away. But I mean, but there's more to you than just your beauty, you know. There's more to you than just your beauty. Like, you have an inner beauty that you need to respect and just keep for yourself. This is why it's so hard for younger women and, you know, women my age today to really cope, because everything is based off of an image. Everything is based off of an image nowadays. Nothing is really based on the inner beauty. And, you know, most women don't really care about inner beauty. All most women care about in this world is the outer beauty and what they can get from their outer beauty. And I totally understand, because us as women, when we're in our physical bodies, like, all that matters is our physical beauty and not our inner beauty. But that's not what it is. If you have inner beauty, let it shine out, you know. But, you know, most women of today, like, they think that the inner beauty is not as important as the outer beauty. And, you know, I totally understand. Like, I totally understand that. It's crazy, though. But anyway, I'm going to end this recording. I'll talk to you guys in another one soon. Okay, thanks for listening. Bye. Speak to you in another one soon. Goodbye.